Ever wondered if someone secretly dislikes you? You're not alone. It's a question that has crossed many a mind. After all, we're social creatures, aren't we? We care about the impressions we make and the relationships we form. In this vast world of diverse personalities, it's only natural to question how others perceive us. It's part of our instinctive desire to connect, to be liked, to fit in. But how can we tell if someone secretly harbors negative feelings towards us? Well, psychology has some answers. There are subtle signs, almost imperceptible, that can reveal if someone isn't your biggest fan. These signs are based on years of psychological research, observations of human behavior, and the intricate dynamics of interpersonal relationships. So if you've ever felt that niggling doubt, that sneaking suspicion, stick around. Today, we'll uncover these signs so you can be more aware in your interactions. The first sign someone may not be your biggest fan is avoidance. It's a simple but telling sign. You see, when someone doesn't particularly fancy your company, they'll often go to great lengths to avoid crossing paths with you. A study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology reveals this behavior is deeply ingrained in our social interactions. People subtly distance themselves from those they dislike, often without even realizing they're doing it. It's an unconscious act of self-preservation, a way of avoiding conflict and maintaining our own emotional well-being. Let's bring this concept to life with a real-world example. Remember the infamous feud between Taylor Swift and Katy Perry? For years, these two pop icons seemed to be everywhere except in the same room. Perry was notably absent from Swift's star-studded parties, and Swift seemed to magically disappear whenever Perry was scheduled to perform at an event. It was a classic case of avoidance, but it's not just celebrities who engage in this behavior. Think about your own experiences. Maybe there's someone at school or work who always seems to be conveniently busy whenever you suggest hanging out. Or perhaps there's a relative who suddenly needs to make a phone call or check on dinner every time you start a conversation. Avoidance comes in many forms. It might be physical, like crossing the street to avoid walking past you. Or it could be more subtle, such as consistently leaving the room when you enter, changing the conversation topic when you join in, or even avoiding eye contact during a conversation. However, it's essential to note that avoidance doesn't always mean dislike. Sometimes people avoid others because they're shy, they're dealing with personal issues, or they simply need some space. It's crucial to consider the context and other signs before jumping to conclusions. But if someone consistently seems to be in a different postcode whenever you're around, it might not be a coincidence. It might be an unconscious sign they're not your biggest fan. So, if you notice someone consistently avoiding you, it might be a sign they secretly dislike you. Body language speaks volumes, and it's our second sign. It's like an unspoken language that reveals our innermost feelings. According to Psychology Today, certain body language signs can indicate whether someone secretly dislikes you. Let's start with crossed arms. This is a classic defensive posture. It's as if the person is creating a physical barrier to protect themselves. They're not open to what you're saying or doing. Now, think about the last time you watched a tense scene in a movie. Did you notice any of the characters crossing their arms? That's not by accident. Directors use this type of body language to portray discomfort or disagreement. Lack of eye contact is another big one. It shows disinterest or discomfort. It's a clear sign that the person would rather be somewhere else. Remember that scene in The Devil Wears Prada, where Meryl Streep's character rarely makes eye contact with Anne Hathaway's character? That's a perfect example of using lack of eye contact to show disdain. Then there's the avoidance of touch. When someone likes us, they'll find excuses to have physical contact. A pat on the back, a light touch on the arm. But when they dislike us, they'll keep their distance. And let's not forget about facial expressions. A fake smile where only the mouth moves, but the eyes remain cold, or a furrowed brow when you speak, can indicate hidden animosity. Think about any public speeches you've seen where the speaker's facial expressions didn't quite match their words. It's a telltale sign of hidden feelings. And finally, the orientation of the body. If someone is turned away from you, even slightly, it shows that their attention and interest are directed elsewhere. They're not fully engaged in the conversation, and they might just be trying to escape it. So the next time you're unsure about someone's feelings towards you, pay attention to their body language. It might just give you the answers you're looking for. Remember, body language often reveals more than words do. The third sign might seem obvious: rudeness or meanness. It's a basic principle of human interaction that we tend to be kind and polite to people we like and rude or mean to those we don't. But the interesting thing is, this isn't just a casual observation. It's backed by scientific research. A study from the University of Michigan found that individuals who dislike another person are more likely to engage in negative behaviors towards them, such as being unnecessarily rude or mean. You see, when someone doesn't like you, they may feel a certain level of discomfort or resentment. This can manifest as rudeness or meanness, even when it's uncalled for. Let's take a real-life example to illustrate this point. Imagine you have a coworker named John. John is always polite and friendly with everyone in the office, but for some reason, he's consistently rude to you. He makes snide remarks, belittles your ideas in meetings, and never misses a chance to make you feel small. This could be a clear indication that John harbors some level of dislike towards you. Or think about celebrity feuds. Take the famous spat between Taylor Swift and Kanye West. Kanye's interruption of Taylor's acceptance speech at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards was a clear act of rudeness. While there may have been other factors at play, at its core, this incident could be seen as a manifestation of Kanye's dislike towards Taylor. But here's the thing, it's not always about big, dramatic acts of rudeness. Sometimes it's the little things, the passive-aggressive comments, the sarcastic remarks, the dismissive attitudes. These small acts of meanness can be just as telling, if not more so, of someone's dislike. So, if you notice someone being unnecessarily rude or mean to you, take a moment to consider why. It might not be about you at all. Maybe they're having a bad day. But if the rudeness persists, it could be a sign of something deeper. Unwarranted rudeness often hides deeper feelings of dislike. Sign number 4 is a subtle one. They don't acknowledge your achievements. Let's dive a little deeper into this sign. It's natural human behavior to celebrate the success of those we care about. When someone is genuinely pleased for you, they'll express it. But what if they don't? According to a study from the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology, individuals who harbor negative feelings may deliberately overlook your accomplishments or even downplay them. Here's a story to illustrate this point. Imagine a young artist who finally lands a solo exhibition at a prestigious gallery. Everyone around her is ecstatic, showering her with praises and congratulations, but there's one friend who remains noticeably silent. This friend doesn't acknowledge her achievement, doesn't compliment her work, and doesn't even attend the exhibition. The lack of recognition from this friend hints at underlying feelings of resentment or jealousy. To quote a line from the movie The Dark Knight, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Sometimes, your achievements can cast a shadow over others, making them feel inadequate or overshadowed. It's not that they can't see your success, they choose not to acknowledge it. It's important to remember that everyone has their insecurities and battles. However, if someone consistently fails to recognize your achievements, it may be time to reassess that relationship. A lack of acknowledgement can be a not-so-subtle sign of secret dislike. The final sign is a hurtful one. They spread negative rumors about you. It's a sad reality, but rumor spreading is a prevalent method people adopt to express their covert dislike. According to a study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, gossip can serve as an indirect form of aggression, allowing individuals to harm others without direct confrontation. Let's paint a picture here. Imagine being in the shoes of a celebrity, say someone as popular as Taylor Swift. She's been the subject of countless rumors throughout her career. Some of these rumors are harmless, while others can be quite damaging, affecting her personal and professional life. This illustrates how powerful and destructive rumors can be, and how they can be used as a tool by those who harbor ill feelings. But celebrities aren't the only ones who face this. In schools, workplaces, and social circles, rumors can spread like wildfire. They can tarnish reputations and strain relationships, often leaving lasting damage. And the worst part? These rumors often come from those who pretend to be your friends. It's important to remember that anyone who spreads rumors about you does not have your best interests at heart. They're using this tactic to undermine you, to make themselves feel superior, or to divert attention from their own shortcomings. Spreading rumors is a clear sign of dislike, often hidden behind a facade of friendliness. So, if you notice this behavior, it might be time to reevaluate your relationship with the person spreading these rumors. So, there you have it, the 5 signs someone might secretly dislike you. From avoidance and negative body language to unnecessary rudeness and silent disapproval of your achievements, these signs can often be subtle, yet revealing. And let's not forget the last sign, the spreading of negative rumors about you. These are not just signs to look out for, but also behaviors we should strive to avoid in our interactions with others. They reveal a lack of respect and understanding, which are fundamental to any healthy relationship. Remember, no one deserves to be treated with disdain or subjected to negativity. It's vital to recognize these signs, address them if we can, and distance ourselves when necessary. For our own emotional well-being, remember, understanding these signs can help you navigate your relationships more effectively. Stay tuned for more insights into human behavior.